Hello and welcome to another week's recording video format of Kerigorrical's pub quiz. Before we get into the usual meat and guts of things, I wanted to say thank you to the two people who have subscribed to me on Patreon. It means a lot that people enjoy these enough to give me actual money, and if you're interested in doing the same, details for that will obviously be below, but I just wanted to give a shout out to those people. The rules for this week's quiz are the same as pretty much every week. There will be 20 questions, one of which is a music question that kind of only works in the video. And question 10 has 2 parts and is worth 2 points. Question 19 has 5 parts and is worth 5 points for a total of 25. I'm going to go through all the questions, pausing briefly on each one. You can pause the video to give yourself, say, 60 to 90 seconds per question, as usual. And after we've gone through all the questions, we'll go through all the answers. So let's hit some background music and begin. Question 1. What is the name of the most recent supercontinent that existed during the late Paleozoic and early Mesozoic eras from 335 million until 175 million years ago? And there is a picture of it there showing the approximate locations of the modern continents. Question 2. Well, brief pause. Question 2. Below is the extremely well-known chorus of the song Eye of the Tiger by Survivor. What is the second line of the first verse of the song? The first and second lines both have 6 words, and then the chorus is written. I'm not going to sing it. I thought about it, but I'm not. Question 3. As Thor has his hammer, Mjolnir, his father and father of all, Odin, also has a signature weapon. For half a point only, what type of weapon does Odin wield? Or, if you're going for the whole point, what is the name of Odin's signature weapon? It does have a well-defined name. Question 4. Which large snake, 1 to 4 meters long when fully grown, is the only living animal whose English common name is the same as its Latin binomial name? That is like the scientific name for this creature. Question 5. Which one of the following trios of countries have never in recorded history been ruled by a single monarch at the same time? So we have A, England, France and Spain, B, Denmark, England and Norway, C, Poland, Lithuania and Sweden, or D, Austria, the Netherlands and Italy. 3 of those options have had the same king at the same time at least once in recorded history, and one of them has not. Which one? Question 6. This is the maths question. A triangle's corners always add up to 180 degrees and a square's corners to 360 degrees. How much do the corners of a 7-sided polygon, that is a heptagon, add up to? And to be very clear, if it wasn't already, we mean the internal angles. Question 7. How many active volcanoes are there in the territory of the Kingdom of Norway? A, 0, B, 1, C, 2, or D, 3? Question 8. Completely wrong word. There are many terrible genetic disorders that some people are born with. Name either one of the following disorders. Either the so-called royal disease, or the disorder that provides passive carriers with resistance to malaria. Question 9. This is the anagram question. Famous actress who has appeared in Game of Thrones in the letters A Needy Heel. Question 10. Name the original source of the quote. So for 10A, we're looking for the film from which either one of these quotes were taken. So the first quote is, I feel the need for speed. And the second is, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. They came from different films, and you need to name either of those films. Okay, 10b. Name the Shakespeare play either one of these quotes are from. So the first is, all that glisters is not gold. And the second is, the course of true love never did run smooth. Two separate Shakespeare plays, you need to name either one. Question 11. The first adhesive postage stamp was issued on the 1st of May 1840. Answer either of these. Whose face was on it? Or what was its name? Question 12. These are the acronyms, so expand any one of these to get the point. The first acronym is DPI, as in the sentence, computer mouse sensitivity is measured in DPI. Then second, we have that the heart of the computer is the CPU. And third, a moving picture on the internet might be a GIF. And yes, it is GIF. I don't care. Question 13. What is the preferred length for a professional football team's stadium football pitch? Football pitches are not all the same size, but there is a preferred standard size. You may answer in metric or imperial. I will accept both. And then I should say before we move on that there's a tolerance on this question as well. So if you're not exactly on it, you'll still be alright. Question 14. The soldiers of Voldemort in the Harry Potter series are called Death Eaters, and several appear throughout the series. Give any one of the full names of the characters described below. So the first description is, which former Death Eater became headmaster of a wizarding school? And the second is, which Death Eater infiltrates Hogwarts but is eventually caught and given the Dementor's kiss? Question 15. Which one of the following countries allows people to be openly gay? In the others, it is illegal for men or for both men and women to be gay. But in one of these, it is legal. Which one? A, Jamaica, B, India, C, Singapore, or D, Jordan? Question 16. World War II was the deadliest conflict of all time, killing around 70 million people. The war contained 3 of the bloodiest battles ever fought, and they are all named the Battle of Somewhere. Name any one of the cities where these 3 bloody battles were fought. So there are 3 cities that could fill that blank space. The Battle of... Question 17 though. What year did the following events happen in? They all happened in the same year. Which year? The University of Tennessee admits its first black student. The Winter Olympics are held in Oslo, Norway. The UK announces that they have an atomic bomb. Martial law is declared in Kenya due to the Mau Mau uprising. The Diary of a Young Girl, better known as the Diary of Anne Frank, is published. Composer John Cage's 4:33, during which the performer does not play, premieres. And Douglas Adams, Mr. T, Liam Neeson, Patrick Swayze, Vladimir Putin, and Shigeru Miyamoto are all born. What year? Question 18. The band ZZ Top are almost as famous for their full shovel beards as for songs such as Give Me All Your Lovin' and Got Me Under Pressure. Which member of the band does not have a full shovel beard? There's a picture of him below, circled. Or, for half a point only, what instrument does this less bearded man play in the band? Question 19 is the 5-parter, but it's all on one slide. So we have parts A to E, all on one slide. Austria and Australia are not the only countries that both begin and end with the letter A. In fact, there are 7 more UN members whose official names in English are like this. Name any 5 of them for 1 point each. And if you're bored, there's a couple of non-UN members that begin and end with A, but they're not worth points. You need any 5 from the 7 other countries that both begin and end with A. Which concludes the actual asking questions. Again, because it causes ads on my video and I prefer to avoid that, I'm not going to play the actual song, but the chorus for this one is "I can be your hero, baby, I can kiss away the pain." And you have to tell me what is the name of the artist of that song. Now make sure that you've taken your guesses at everything, because we're about to spoil everything by going through the answers. And without further delay, answers. Question 1. What was the name of the most recent supercontinent? That was Pangaea. It was apparently surrounded by a superocean called Panthalasia. Question 2. The second line is "Did my time, took my chances," and indeed the whole first verse is shown below. Question 3. Odin's preferred weapon is a spear, and it has the name Mjolnir. It will always strike its target, and any oath sworn on it can never be broken. Question 4. Boa Constrictor is both the common name and the scientific name for that snake, and it is the only living animal for which this is the case. Question 5. England, France and Spain have never shared the same monarch at the same time. The others have all done so, and the monarchs in question are listed below: Canute the Great, Sigmund III Vasa, and Charles V and I. Question 6, the maths question. This could be tackled by dividing it up into triangles, so you can see there that there are 5 triangles in this, and indeed any other regular 7-sided polygon, which means that you get 5 times 180 degrees for 900 degrees. Question 7, which has 2 7s right now. How many active volcanoes are there in the territory of the Kingdom of Norway? There is 1, and is on the Arctic island of Jan Mayen. Question 8. How many I did that on the asking as well. Never mind. The so-called royal disease is haemophilia, either spelling, and the malaria-related disease is sickle cell disease or sickle cell anemia. Question 9. The anagram, we were looking for Lena Headey, I'm not sure, but Cersei in Game of Thrones. Question 10, the two-parter. For the films, we were looking for Top Gun or Gone with the Wind. And for 10B, we were looking at Shakespeare plays The Merchant of Venice and A Midsummer Night's Dream. Question 11. The first adhesive postal stamp was issued in England, so naturally it had Queen Victoria's face on it, and it was called the penny black. Question 12. DPI stands for dots per inch, CPU is central processing unit, and GIF stands for graphics interchange format. Question 13. The preferred length is 105 meters or 115 yards, but you will get the whole point for anything between 100 and 110 meters, or 110 and 120 yards, that's so plus minus 5, and you can have half a point for anything between 90 and 120 meters, or 100 and 130 yards, plus minus 15, because plus minus 15 is apparently the acceptable tolerance. You can have a 90 meter football pitch or an 120 meter football pitch, both are acceptable to FIFA. Weird. Question 14. These descriptions actually applied to 3 names: Igor Karkaroff, Severus Snape, or Bartimaeus, or Barty, Crouch Jr. Question 15. Jordan has, at least legally, not made it an offence to be gay. It's socially still not very well accepted, but they abolished the criminal statute against it in 1951, and it remains legal at least. Question 16. The 3 bloody battles that you could have named were the Siege of Leningrad, the Battle of Stalingrad, or Battle of Leningrad, I guess. Battle of Berlin was the 3rd one. The only other battle with a low casualty estimate above 1 million is the Somme, but that's from the other World War, so it's not a correct answer here. Question 17. This was the what year, and it was 1952. It was an Olympic year, so you knew it had to be divisible by 4. Question 18. Frank Beard, for whom the word Beard as his last name would be sufficient. It's my principle to take last name as enough. He plays the drums, though, if you didn't know or guess his name. Question 19 then. Here are the 7 possibilities. Albania, Algeria, Andorra, Angola, Argentina, Armenia, and Antigua and Barbuda. Outside the UN, we have Abkhazia, Aruba, and Anguilla, but the 7 that earned you points are highlighted in red up above. And for those of you who were playing the little extra game of who could be my hero baby, that was Enrique Iglesias with Hero. Which brings us to the end of another quiz. So here is my filler screen, where I'm sure we'll pop up a subscribe link if you want to follow me on YouTube, or go back and look at the other quizzes that are on my channel. I'm starting to put up extra videos just for my Patreon patrons. Again, thank you to the 2 people who have already committed to donating to me. It means a lot. And I hope you enjoyed this quiz. Leave comments for it over on the Casual UK subreddit as usual. And yeah, see you next week.